Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax, and it's time for another video. This is Retracing the Groove 2. So, gonna show records I've been listening to out of my collection. Got a stack of stuff like this. When I hit the 10-minute mark, I'll stop. First is Steely Dan's Pretzel Logic. This is just a standard Canadian pressing. Nothing sexy. Sounds okay. I mean, I like Steely Dan a lot, so that's not their greatest record. It's got Ricky Don't Lose That Number on it. Any major dude will tell you Barrytown. So it's got a couple good ones. It's not their best, but it has its moment. I talked about this in the Grails video, so I'm not going to say really anything about this. Just a standard red label, Sketches of Spain. A couple Van Morrisons here. This is It's Too Late to Stop Now. This is a live 2-record set from Van Morrison. I think 1974 was when this came out. Bobby Gass just showed that he picked up one of these. I got this off a buddy of mine years ago. This is a Canadian pressing. It's not a first pressing. A first pressing, which I believe Bobby's is, should be on Warner Palm. Mine is on this awful beige Warner that's just horrible. This is an okay pressing. My buddy's, he upgraded to, I think, a white label promo or a US Warner Palm. I can't remember which one he upgraded to. He loves this record. This is a good record. It's not, I don't know, it's not amazing. It's good though. I mean, I have Van Morrison boots that are way better than that, but it's okay. Like, it's good, but you don't need it. But I have it, and it was a good listen to, but I rarely listen to that. Next is Astro Weeks. This is a UK second pressing. And I think a green label, I think a green label or an orange label denotes the first UK. I got this for free. I answered an ad on Free Cycle. Some lady put up an ad that was vinyl records for art projects, good for melting into bowls. And it kind of nobody responded to it, and she took it down and she put it up again. And I thought, oh, fuck, I'll respond to it. Let's see what's there. And I responded to it. She says, you know, these aren't any good. These are just old records. But, you know, you can probably melt them down into those nice little bowls that people have. And I'm like, okay. So then I go to pick them up, and she sends me an email, and she says, they're in the backyard in a garbage bag. They've been there for a week. And I'm like, oh, my God. And it's like middle of February. It's snowing. Anyways, I grabbed the bag of stuff, and a bunch of it's crap. But this is in there. And Just Real Tall, first pressing UK stand-up with the pop-up is in there. And a UK pressing of Leonard Cohen is in there. And there was something else. There was 4 UK pressings from like this period. I was like, total score. The rest of them I just moved on to a Goodwill. Tears for Fears songs from the Big Chair. This is just a fantastic record, isn't it? Here's a band, the first 3 records, 3 totally different sounding records, and just fantastic. This is a super clean Canadian pressing. It sounds okay. Need to find UKs of this for sure. I need UKs of the first 3. That's Vertigo, mastered by Sabine Nelson-Brunet out of Quebec. He did all the Vertigo stuff in Canada. Him individually, by this point, it was his company. So it's not actually Sabine, it's SNB, the company that's the signature. This is just, you know, one of the best records of the 80s by far. The first one, that was called Pale Shelter, and Sowing the Seeds of Love. Each one of those has a different sound. Pale Shelter is such an electronic masterpiece, like very synthy. This one's kind of synthy with like this blend of kind of minimalism and then like arty rock at times, and then Sowing the Seeds of Love is more like an arty rock pop album, and yeah. Love that record. Need to find a better sounding one. Songs for My Father. Song for My Father, Horace Silver Quintet. This is a Liberty pressing. Blue Note. This is a fantastic record. And if you like Steely Dan, Song for My Father. Ricky, Don't Lose That Number. They ripped that off of Horace Silver, the theme from that. And Horace Silver, he knew about it, and he just let it go. He said, well, you know, it's music. We all steal from each other. So then some rapper lifted the same riff from Ricky Don't Lose That Number, and Steely Dan sued the shit out of the guy and got like writing credits for the song and all the money and the whole deal. And bastard. That's not a proud moment in the history of Steely Dan. Fathead, Ray Charles, David Newman. Fathead, Ray Charles presents David Newman Fathead. This is kind of like an introductory album of Fathead playing with Ray Charles. He was in Ray Charles's band, and he was so amazing that they gave that Ray Charles wanted him to have a record. So apparently he couldn't necessarily get a record, so Ray Charles made a record in which he let him do what he wanted and featured him. And this is a mono pressing. You can tell that because it's purple or plum and orange as opposed to green and blue. That's how you tell those two apart. And this is an excellent record. This is, you know, it's solid. It is what it is. It's not a masterpiece, but it's good. I have to say, as I'm going back through my collection and playing records, I'm a little underwhelmed by the Blakes. Ethiopian Nights, I showed this in the Grails thing. I played this the other day. Here's another Blake catastrophe. Fucking monster. Mingus Dynasty. Chair in the Sky. Joe Farrell, Charlie Hayden, John Handy, Jimmy Neppard, Jimmy Owens, Don Pullen, Danny Richmond. Well, I mean, just a killer lineup, and this is kind of, I believe Mingus Dynasty is kind of like a small, big band kind of tribute, continuation of the thing Mingus was doing. And this is good. I'm not going to keep it. As I'm going through stuff, I'm deciding not to keep stuff. I mean, this is good. I don't know. I've listened to it a couple times. I really don't need to hear that again. Here's one from the Inbox Challenge that I was not impressed with in the Inbox Challenge, and I revisited it because, you know, so many people said it was great, and this is one of the reasons why the Inbox Challenge isn't really happening anymore, because this is great. And it's not brilliant, but it's great. And totally could not hear it during the Inbox Challenge because I was just kind of felt pressured to listen to records, and I just wasn't actually hearing the records. So this is very good. I'm going to look for a couple other Tim Buckley things. Hopefully they're a little better than this, but I was playing this, my wife came and she says, "What's that? That's fantastic." And I'm like, I know. I listened to that and I thought it was crap. So another one here is Genesis, Selling in by the Pound. This is a Canadian pressing. This was owned by Nora Colpin. It's always good to know who owned records. That's just a great record. Everybody loves Genesis and the VC, or they hate them, and I love them. And Gabriel era Genesis is the best. And 934, one left. This was in the inbox as well. George Duke, Faces and Reflection. This is on MPS. This is a monster of a record. This is fantastic. George Duke, Ndugu, and John Hurd. And fantastic. I loved it in the Inbox Challenge, and I just love spinning it again. I really enjoy this record. There's something about George Duke's days on MPS that are just fantastic. So, yeah, got through most of them. There's 3 or 4 left. So that's it. It's 10 minutes. That is retracing the groove 2. That's kind of what I've been spinning lately, and you know, some of that stuff you've never seen before. Some of the stuff I've shown several times. So, have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.